This call is now being recorded.
Yes, do you know, Rutuja? Don't hesitate. If you don't know, you can say no. Suppose binary number is there and you want to convert it into equivalent decimal number, then how will you convert it?
Multiplying each digit by its weight.
Very good. Yes, is my screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll start our today's lecture. We have seen these concepts already in the yesterday's lecture. So just keep that topics and directly jump on the next concept, that is conversion from decimal number system to any base. We have already seen the concept, that is conversion from any base to decimal. In that conversion, you simply have to multiply by each digit, multiply 2 raised to the power or 8 raised to the power or 16 raised to the power. As per the number system, you have to simply multiply to the each bit of that particular number. Okay, so now we'll see how to convert the decimal number system to any base. Means what? Decimal to binary, decimal to octal, and decimal to hex, like this. Okay, so how will you convert it? First, there are two different steps for this conversion. First one is convert integer part and convert fraction part. Suppose we are considering the decimal number. Decimal number is made up of integer part and the fractional part. Means the decimal number system has two different parts. Any number can have integer part and the fractional part also. So there are two different procedure to convert integer part and to convert the fractional part. For integer part conversion, you have to simply use successive division method, and for fractional part conversion, you simply have to use successive multiplication method. Okay, so we'll see first one. These are the steps required for successive division and successive multiplication. In the first one case, the steps in the successive division method, there are three different steps are required. The first step is what? Divide the integer part of decimal number by desired base number. Okay, and store quotient and remainder. Here you have to store the quotient and remainder and write down the remainder in the reverse order in case of successive division method. After that, consider quotient as new decimal number and repeat step 1 until quotient becomes 0. Means you have to repeat this first one step till you get quotient 0 and list the remainder in the reverse order, means from bottom to up order. Now the next one is the steps in successive multiplication method. So here multiply the fractional part of decimal number by desired base number. Here suppose we are considering binary number. Okay, so decimal to binary we have to convert. Then in case of integer number, we have to simply divide the given number by 2 continuously till you get 0 as a quotient and write down the remainder in reverse order. And similarly, in the same case, if you want to convert the fractional part, then you have to simply consider the fractional part only and then multiply the fractional part by 2 and record the what you can say, you have to record the integer part if it is generated in the multiplication. Okay, and then repeat this step 1 and 2 until the fractional part of product becomes 0 or until you have many digits as necessary for your application. Means you have to repeat this successive multiplication method at least 4 to 5 times. Okay, so you have to simply repeat that procedure 4 to 5 times and you can stop there. Now we'll see one example here, that is decimal to binary conversion. Any base, here we are considering first number system, that is binary number system. Okay, So the given number is decimal number and you have to convert it into equivalent binary number. So your given number is 13.405. So this number is made up of integer number and the fractional number. Okay, so simply convert first the whole number, that is integer number. So here 13 I'm considering here. Two different methods are given, successive division and successive multiplication. So for integer part you must use successive division, and for fractional part you must use successive multiplication. Okay, so first divide your number in integer and fractional part. Now consider 13, divide that 13 by 2 till you get quotient 0 and record the remainder of the division. Okay, this is the quotient and this is the remainder for that particular division. Now next is what? Again, third one step of successive division is what? You have to write down the remainder in the reverse order. Reverse order means what? From bottom to up order. As the last one digit will be MSB bit and the first one remainder will be the LSB digit. LSB means least significant bit and MSB means most significant bit, which has the maximum weight as compared to all the number of bits available in the binary number. Okay, so here 13 can be represented by 1101 in the binary form and we get this number from this remainder. Okay, so 1101 you have to simply write down here in the reverse order and you have to give base at the corner. Okay, so in this way you can convert any decimal number into binary, but in the example the fractional part is also given. How to convert that fractional part into binary? Simply you have to use successive multiplication method. So we'll see here for the fractional number 0.405. We are not considering this integer number. We are just considering this 405, that is a fractional number. So 0.405. Okay. So consider this number and continuously multiply the number by 2. Okay. So here base is 2, binary number we want to convert. Decimal number into binary we want to convert here. So multiply by base of binary, that is 2. Then we'll get the multiplication, that is 0.810. Okay. So here no need to consider this. Simply consider the fractional part. We simply have to copy the integer part. Integer part means the carry which is generated here. Okay, in the multiplication part. So here 0 is generated. So simply record that 0 and write it down here. Okay. After that, simply consider only the fractional part of the multiplication. That is again 0.810. Okay. For the next multiplication, I am considering 0.810. Multiply it by base 2 is equal to the multiplication I am getting 1.620. Okay. Right now, this 1 carry is generated or the integer part is generated 1. So I have to record that 1 and place it here. Okay. And now for this next multiplication, I need to use only the fractional part. Don't use this integer part for the further multiplication. Okay. So simply use 0.620. Okay. So 0.620 into again 2 and then 1.240 is I'm getting. So again record this 1 as a carry or as an integer part. Okay. And you can stop here or you can do one more or two more multiplication successive. Okay. So here, and while you are writing the carry, you need to use the forward direction counting. Okay. So here you have to write down this carry 011 in the forward direction only. And in case of remainder, you have to write down that remainder in the reverse order, means from bottom to up. And in this fractional part consideration, you need to consider from up to down. Okay. Not bottom here, up to down you need to write down. Okay. So the fractional part is converted into 100 in the binary format. So here you can write down simply for 13 1101 point for 0.405 our answer is 011. So simply write down here 011 and then write down the base of that particular number, and the equivalent number is binary number. That's why here I have written 2. Understood? Everyone got this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
example.
Ma'am, can you
Yes,
repeat
ma'am.
integer part?
Yes, yes.
Can you repeat the integer part?
Okay. So here your number is 13.405. Okay. So this number is made up of integer part and the fractional part. You have to simply divide it into two different parts, integer and fractional first. Now consider only the integer part. How the integer part is converted into binary using successive division method. For conversion from decimal to binary, you have to use two different methods. First one is the successive division and second one is the successive multiplication. So successive division method is used for the conversion of integer part into binary part, and for the second one method is the successive multiplication method, which is used to convert the fractional decimal part into the binary part. Okay. So here in case of integer, I'm just considering 13. I'm not considering the fractional part right now for successive division. Okay. So simply use 13. Divide this 13 by 2. So 13 is divided by 2. The answer, that is quotient, is 6. Okay. And remainder I'm getting, that is 1. Here I have put that remainder, that is 1. Okay. After that, again I need to divide this number, that is quotient I'm getting in the previous division, that is 6. Again divided by 2. Then 2 3s are 6. And here I'm getting remainder 0. So here I have written this remainder 0. And 3 is the quotient. Again divide that 3 by 2. 2 ones are 2. Remainder is equal to 1. And quotient is also 1. And here some students will stop here, but the condition is what? Till you get quotient 0, you have to repeat the division. Okay. Here I'm not getting reminders, quotient 0. So I need to again divide by 2. So here divided by 2, quotient is 0 and I'm getting remainder 1. So I have put that remainder here. Okay. And then I have to write down all the recorded remainder in the reverse order. Means from bottom to up order. That's why I have written here 1101 as the equivalent binary number of the given 13 integer number. Understood? Yes, Atharva? Atharva?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So in this way, you can convert any decimal number into binary number. You have to simply use the procedure, that is successive division for integer, successive multiplication for fractional number. Understood? So here the next one is what? Another procedure or decimal number, the integer part to the conversion. Here I have explained in the next PPT. No need to explain that PPT. Now the similar example, convert the fractional binary number. Okay. Consider this fractional binary number 0.35. Thus, the fractional decimal number is this 0.35, and you have to convert it into equivalent binary number. So can you tell me this one is the fractional or integer number? It is a fractional number. Okay, fractional decimal number. So simply you have to use which method? Successive multiplication method you have to use, because no integer part is given in this example. Okay, so simply you have to use successive multiplication. So here 0.35 into 2 is equal to, answer is 0.70. Here I need to use carry only. Okay, so 0 is the carry. So I have written this 0 as a carry. After that, I need to consider only fractional number, that is 0.70 into 2. I'm getting answer 1.40. Okay, so here 1 is generated. I have written here 1, and I need to consider the fractional part, that is 0.40 here, like this. Okay, so and after that, after 4 to 5 successive multiplication, you simply have to write down all the carries generated in the multiplication in the forward direction, means from up to down. Okay, in this way you can easily convert. So write down one example, everyone write down one example. Convert the given decimal number into equivalent binary number. Your number is 25.17. 25.17. And tell me the answer. Here the integer part is 25 and fractional part is 0.17. So use successive division for 25 and next successive multiplication for fractional part.
Excuse me, ma'am. I couldn't hear the question. Can you please repeat it?
Convert the decimal numbers 25.17 binary number.
One 11001.001.
Very good. Remaining students, all of you getting the same answer? Your answer is 11001.001. You can stop. Or
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so the right answer is 11001.00. Okay, so we'll move to the next PPT. Here, the equivalent decimal number, all the binary decimal equivalent binary and the decimal numbers are given. You simply record that, or you can convert all the decimal number into binary number just by using successive division method. Okay, because here all the decimal numbers are of integer part. So here 1 is converted into binary, so simply use 1. So next one is 2. So 2 is represented by 1 0. 3 is represented by 1 1. 4 is represented by 1 0 0. 5 is represented by 1 0 1. I will give you one shortcut method to write down all the decimal number into binary number. Okay, so how will you write down? You simply have to remember the weight of each binary bit. Okay, so the LSB bit of the binary number is having weight 2 raised to the power 0, that is equal to 1. The next bit is having weight 2 raised to the power 1, that is equal to 2. Then the next bit is having weight 2 raised to the power 2, that is equal to 4. Okay, so here initially if you want to represent 1, then only the last one digit will be equal to 1, because the last one digit is having weight 2 raised to the power 0, that is equal to 1. Okay, for second one, that is 2. For 2 decimal number, how will you write binary number? Just 2 raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay, and 2 raised to the power 1 is equal to 2. And your value decimal number is equal to 2. So simply you need to write down here 1 at the second one place, and the last one place you need to write down 0. Okay, then to represent 3 is equal to 2 plus 1, and your binary weight for last one number, that is LSB bit, is equal to 1, and the second last number is having weight 2. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. That's why your decimal magnitude is equal to 3. So 1 and 1. You need to write down here 1 and 1. Otherwise, consider this one as your homework and write down the decimal number. Write down the binary equivalent of the given decimal number from 1 to 30. Everyone. Understood? Consider it as a homework and write down all the binary equivalent of the decimal number from 1 to 30. Okay. Now we'll move to the next PPT, that is conversion from decimal number into octal number. Again, you need to repeat the same procedure, but here we need to consider the octal number, and octal number has base 8. That's why instead of dividing the given number by 2, we need to divide the given number by 8. We are converting the decimal number into octal. Whenever we are converting decimal into binary, we need to simply divide the given decimal number by 2. But here in case of decimal to octal, we need to divide the given decimal number by 8. Okay. And again, successive division and successive multiplication method you need to use here for integer part and for the fractional part. Here for integer part, 95 is the integer part. So consider this 95 divided by 8 continuously till you get quotient 0. Record the remainder and then write down the remainder in the reverse order, that is from bottom to up. It is equal to 137. So the equivalent octal number of 95 decimal number is 1378. Sorry, 137, and they represent it as an octal number by base 8. Understood? Simply
Yes,
use
ma'am.
the simply
Yes, ma'am.
use
Yes, ma'am.
the procedure. Okay. And how will you convert this fractional number here? Can anyone tell me? 0.1.
By multiplying 8.
Yes, multiplying by 8. So simply consider the fractional number 0.132 and multiply it by 8. So here 0.138 multiplied by 8, you'll get the answer 1.056. Record the carry or the integer part, write it down here. Then consider only the fractional part. Don't consider this whole part for the further multiplication. Okay. So simply use 0.056 because we have recorded this integer part here. Then 0.056 multiplied by 8, you'll get this answer. Then record the remainder. Carry here 0. Again consider the fractional part multiplied by 8. You'll get carry 3. So record that carry and you can multiply again for this 0.584 by 8, or you can stop here. And while you are writing carry, so use the forward direction counting, that is 103. Okay. So this is the equivalent octal number of the given decimal number, that is 137.103. Understood?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
In this, if can integer be more than 7? Means when we multiply by 8, then answer can be more than 7. 7 point
No.
something.
It can't be more than 7 at this carrier. Okay, here carry is generated na, and your carry will be always less than 8.
Okay, ma'am. And in the binary, it can't be more than 1, right?
Yes, it
Okay.
can't be more than 1. This is the basic condition na. Octal number is
Yes.
only having the distinct values from 0 to 7 only. Okay, if you are getting more than 7 number as a carry, then your answer is definitely wrong. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Next is decimal to hex. Here also you need to use the same procedure, that is successive division and successive multiplication. For successive division, hexadecimal number is having base 16. So simply you have to divide the given integer part by 16 and multiply the fractional part by 16. Okay. So here 2989 is the given integer part of the given number. Then simply divide it by 16. Record the carry. Here you will get the carry, you will get the remainder which is more than 7 or more than 9. As the given hexadecimal number means the hexadecimal number is having total distinct values are from 0 to 15. That's why we'll get the carry, get the remainder or carry which is more than 9 also or more than 7 also. Now here 13, 10 I'm getting. After that reminder I'm getting, I need to write down in the reverse order. But first of all, you need to convert it into hex equivalent. So 11, don't write 11 as it is. So 11 is represented by B, then 10 is represented by A, and 13 is represented by D. So first of all, you need to convert it into equivalent hex digit and then write down it into the bracket and then write down the base. Okay, so here 2989 is converted into BD, the equivalent hex number. Understood? After that, here the fractional part of the given decimal number is 0.545. Okay, so here you need to use successive multiplication method, but while you are multiplying, you need to consider base 16 here. Instead of 2 or instead of 8, you have to consider 16 as you are converting the given decimal number into hex number. Understood? So here 0.545 into 16 multiply by 16, you'll get this answer. Then record this carry. Carry is generated 8. Consider only 0.720. Here I'm considering 0.720. Multiply it by 16. You'll get this answer, which is getting 11 as a carry, which is greater than 9. Okay. So 11, record that 11 as a carry and consider only the fractional part, that is 0.512. If you are considering the complete whole number plus fractional number, then you'll get the answer that is greater than the base. Okay, as you asked previously, one student asked that if you get carry or remainder as greater than 2 or greater than 8, then you must be considered the whole number for the multiplication. Okay, you don't consider the whole number for multiplication, consider only the fractional part and multiply the given base. Okay, so here multiply by 16. Again, I'm getting 8 as a carry, so I have recorded that carry, and after that write it down in the forward direction, that is from up to down. So 8, 11 and 8. So 8 and 8 are less than 9, so no need to convert it into equivalent hex alphabet. So write down as it is, but 11 is the hex equivalent B. So write down, instead of 11, you need to write down the alphabet B. So this is the given decimal number, and this is the equivalent hexadecimal number. Understood? Can you convert any any decimal number into hex? Yes, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So convert 15.25. This is your decimal number. And convert it into equivalent hex number. Your number is 15.2525. And tell me the answer.
Ma'am, please repeat the number.
Number is 15.25. 15.25.
F4.
Yes. Who said the answer?
F4, Aditya.
Yes, very good. Not F4.
F.4.
Yes, very good. F.4, Aditya.
F.4.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, consider the decimal point. If you are you write this F4 only, then your answer will be wrong. Okay, so F.4 is the right answer. Very good. So next one is suppose conversion from the decimal to binary, decimal to hex, and decimal to octal number is covered. Okay, all right, now how to convert? Suppose the hex number is given and you have to convert the hex number into binary number, hex number into decimal number. Then how will you convert it? We'll see in the next PPT. Here, why octal or hex number is given? What is the necessity of this octal number and hex number? Just to reduce the magnitude of the number, we use this octal and hex number for the simplicity. For human simplicity, we are using this. Means what? Easy to use and conversion. So whenever, as compared to binary number, if we use octal number and if you use hexadecimal number, then you need to use minimum number of bits as compared to binary. Okay. So we'll see here how I'm saying this. Suppose 3 bits make one octal digit. So here, octal digit, can you tell me maximum distinct values? Distinct values of octal numbers are from 0 to
7.
7. So maximum number or the highest
7.
what I can say symbol is equal to 7. Okay. So the maximum number is 7. How can you convert 7 into binary? Convert the 7 into binary and tell me.
111.
Very good. 111. So how many bits are required to convert to represent 7? 3 bits are required. Okay. So 3 bits are required to represent 7 decimal number. Okay. From 0 to 7, maximum 3 bits are required. So that's why the meaning of this statement is 3 bits make one octal digit. Okay. So suppose the octal digits are given, that is 7, 2, 6, 5. This is complete octal number. Octal number is given, that is 7265. And if you want to convert the given octal number into binary number, no need to multiply by any number, no need to use the successive division here. You simply has to write down 3-bit binary number for each octal digit. Okay, so here 7, simply write down the binary number for 7. 3-bit binary number for 7 is 111. Next octal digit is 2. So simply write down binary equivalent, 3-bit binary number. Okay, remember, don't write 1-bit or 2-bit binary number. While you are converting given octal number into binary, you have to write down the binary equivalent, 3-bit binary of given octal bit, okay, or octal digit. So 2 is represented by 010, 6 is represented by 110, and 5 is represented by 101. So this is the equivalent binary number of the given octal number, that is 7265. So it is very easy to convert any octal number into equivalent binary number. You simply have to write down 3-bit binary of each octal digit. Understood? Yes, all of you getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 6 is the magnitude of the octal number. How will you represent 6? 6 made up of 4 plus 2. So 4 is the weightage of third bit of binary. So here I have put this 1. And the next one is the second last bit is having weight 2. So 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. That's why the binary equivalent of 6 is equal to 110. Otherwise, you can simply consider the weight of each binary bit, that is equal to 2 raised to 0 to the incrementing power of 2 from right to left. Okay. So LSB bit is having weight 2 raised to 0. The next bit is having weight 2 raised to 1. The next bit is having weight 2 raised to 2. Like this, means 2 raised to 0 is equal to 1. Then 2 raised to 1 is equal to 2. Then 2 raised to 2 is equal to 4. And 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. Similarly, the weights are 8, 4, 2, 1. Like this. For 4-bit binary number, the weights of MSB bit is 8. The next bit is 4. The next to next bit is 2. And last one bit is 1. Like this, you can write down easily the binary of 0 to 15 decimal number. Understood? The next is the conversion from any hex number into binary number. In case of octal number, the maximum octal number is 7 and 7 is represented by 111. So the maximum or the highest octal number is represented by 3. So any octal number is required only 3-bit binary number. Right now we are considering hexadecimal number. Hexadecimal number is maximum or the highest value of hex number is 15.
15.
Right? Very
15.
good. So how can you represent 15? 15 is represented by 4 times 1. Very good. So 1, 1, 1, 1. So total bits are required to represent hex number is 4. Maximum bits are required. Binary bits are required for 4 bits. Okay. So here the 4 bits make one hexadecimal number or hexadecimal digit. So if this hexa number is given, that is EB5, then how will you convert it into equivalent binary number? you simply have to write down 4-bit binary digit for each 4-bit binary number for each digit, each hex digit. Okay, so here E means what? 14.
14.
Yes, and 14 can be represented by 1110. Then B means what? 11. 11 can be represented by 1011. And 5 can be represented by 1010. Sorry, 0101. So simply you have to write down the binary 4-bit binary number for each hexadecimal digit. Understood? 4 bits are equal to nibble. While you are converting octal into binary, you simply have to write down 3-bit binary number for each digit. For conversion of hexadecimal into binary, you need to write down only 4-bit binary number for each digit. Okay. So just write down the example. Write down the example of octal number. Your octal number is 704. Your octal number is 704 and convert it into equivalent binary number. And tell me the answer. What answer you are getting?
111 000 100.
Very good. Very good. You need to consider 3-bit only. Here, suppose 0 is there. Don't write single 0. For representation of 0, you need to write down 3-bit 0. Okay. Now, consider the digit A40. A40 is the hex number and convert it into equivalent binary number and tell me the answer. What you are getting?
1010 100 000.
Wrong.
010 1010 0100 0000.
Very good. So whenever we are writing binary equivalent of 4 can be represented by 100 only. But here we are converting hex number into binary number. So you need to write down 4-bit. So you have to write down 0 first. Okay. So 0100. Your right answer is 1010 0100 and 4 times 0 is represented for 0. Understood? Consider 4-bit binary number only. कळतंय का सगळ्यांना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then binary to octal conversion. Here I have given in this table that 0 to 7 octal numbers are given and how to represent binary numbers 000, 001, 010. You have to learn these numbers also from 0 to 15. All of you, decimal number from 0 to 15, you have to learn the equivalent binary number for 0 to 15 decimal number. Okay, because we will use that particular equivalent binary number for the assignments, to solve your assignments. Okay. So here, suppose this is your binary number 10110.01, and here you have to convert the given binary number into octal number. Okay. So how will you convert? We know the binary number, 3-bit binary number is equivalent to single digit octal number. But here the reverse procedure is there. Means what? The binary number is given and you have to convert it into octal number. Then how will you convert it? And
Group of 3 bits. 26.1.
Very good, very good. But here, just consider as the fractional point is given. So just consider the fractional point and the whole portion is considered first. Okay. So the whole portion means what? From fractional point to the right side and fractional point to the left side. Okay. So here for right side, consider only 3 digit. Make a group of 3. Make a group of 3-bit and write down equivalent decimal number or octal number you can write down here. Okay. So you can consider only decimal equivalent as we are grouping only 3 bits. So all the decimal numbers can be less than 8. Okay. So 110. So equivalent decimal number is 6 here. Okay. And only 2 bits are there. So you need to assume one more 0 as we are converting it into octal number. Means group of 3 you have to consider here. So 0 I am considering here 0, 1, 0, which is equivalent to. Now here 0, 1 and again assume here also 0 to make a group of 3. So 0, 1, 0, it is equal to again 0. So the equivalent octal number is 26.2. That is 26.2 is the equivalent octal number of the given binary number. Understood? Consider the example. Write down the example. 111,001.0011. Can I repeat the question? Your question is 111,001.0011 and tell me the answer in the octal form. What answer?
71.14.
71.14.
14.
71.14.
Very good, very good. Who said 12? Are you getting this? 71.14. As I'm saying, I said the question that is decimal fractional part is 0011. So 001 I need to consider in the group of 3. So write down 1 equivalent decimal number and 1 is left here. So I need to append 0 here, 2 zeros. So 100 is equal to 4. So equivalent octal number is 71.14. Understood? Now binary to hexadecimal conversion. So again here the table I have given, that is hex numbers are written and equivalent binary numbers are written. Everyone remember, you have to write down the decimal to binary 0 to 15. Okay. Again octal to binary 0 to 7 and hexadecimal to binary 0 to F. Everyone write down in your book. Consider it as a homework and do it complete this homework. Okay. And after that here binary to hexadecimal conversion, and in that question here binary number is given and you have to convert it into hexadecimal number. Instead of making group of 3 bits, here you have to make a group of 4 bits binary number. So here the given number is 10110.01. So start with decimal point, make a group of 4 here for a whole number 0110. Make a group of 4 bit. So 0110 is equal to what? Yes?
6.
Very good. Very good. So write down here 6. Only 1 bit is left here. So you need to append 3 more zeros to make a group of 4 bits. Okay. And write down 1 and here 0, 1 and 2 more zeros you have to append for the fractional part also. So here
16.1.
16.4.
16.4.
as you need to append zeros because we are converting the binary into hex number. Okay. So append 2 zeros here for fractional part 0, 1, 0, 0. Then it will become 4, not 1. Understood? It's very easy for the conversion from binary to hex, binary to octal, or the reverse from octal to binary or hex to binary. Understood? Okay. So, dear students, time is up. We'll stop here. Just one more announcement is there. I have shared my Moodle account or Moodle website link on your WhatsApp group. Only 25 to 26 students have enrolled for my course. So everyone, today is the last date. Everyone has to enroll today itself. Okay. Do the registration for LDCO subject. Now, don't put, yes, don't put your attendance here randomly. I'll call you. Start with roll number 1 to 10. Mark your attendance in the chat box. Roll number 1 to 10 only. Okay. Next, 11 to 20 only. 11 to 20 will mark the attendance. Yes, finished. Then 21 to 30. Thirty-one to 40. 41 to 50. 51 to 60. And 61 above. Remaining students, mark your attendance. Thank you for patiently listening. You can leave the session after marking the attendance.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
बोला बोला.
मॅम माझा रोल नंबर पहिले चुकीचा टाकला गेला. माझा पहिलेचा रोल नंबर टाकला गेला मॅम. रोल नंबर 15 टाकला गेला माझा पहिलेचा. आताचा माझा रोल नंबर आहे 37.